You're deep. The Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Commanded tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry for spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, in Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Yo, DJ!
Are you done mixing yet?
You're deep.
I know you gonna dig this.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What's good? What's good, people? We are live, boy. Welcome to OffScript Live. Once again, I am back. Let me get my brand up. Hey, listen, I'm here so I won't get fined. I won't mention my boy for real. Say you stupid. But let's talk. You ain't gonna talk about them Heat getting the broom though. Tampa born, Tampa bred, Florida bred. Let's talk about that, but we ain't gonna get into that. That's another topic. All right, listen. You know what it is, OffScript Live, coming to you live. It's your boy Scotty, voice of the SWAC. You already know what it is. Listen, today is a crazy topic. Listen, you know, on the off season, I only go live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. But I had to talk about this one. Daylen Baldwin in the transfer portal. Now, listen, this ain't just no ordinary receiver. This is Daylen Baldwin. We're talking about 6'3", 220, 4'4". You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy is gifted, legit. He's the real deal, Holyfield. And if you don't believe me, let me show you just a little piece of what my man can do. All right, let me just show you just a little something. All right, this is from Cut Day. He has some clips from
Quincy Casey now with his chance to display just what he can do. Casey with Allen and Baldwin over there, and it's Daylen Baldwin who rolls it in.
That's what he do.
What concentration? Not only did he have to beat the defensive, now they checked out of the blitz and they went to some type of soft zone.
Going for the one-on-one on the outside. Baldwin with the slide push up, and he's in. Daylen Baldwin, strong arming, finding his way. Got one coverage here, Jay.
Yeah, blown coverage. The communication didn't get there, so the safety help over the top was not there. But what do you see Baldwin do? Or did they simplify it too much? So they give him an opportunity to throw the ball downfield.
You see you throwing it to him, right?
You
see that's that boy Quincy throwing it to him, right?
And they wanted to.
Shout out to Cut Day for the video. Listen, so he's a stud. Let's just call it what it is.
They never build these tunnels for tall people. You can actually feel the rock here is damp. It's telling me that the tide.
So you see he's a stud. He gets the job done. He is what it is. You don't. You try to get me in trouble, Cut. You try to get me in trouble, Cut. I'm not gonna let you do it. Shout out to Cut for the video and the clips, but I'm not. You will not get me, sir. No, you won't. All right. So listen, I want to hear from. Oh man, I want to hear from the fans. Real talk. How do you feel about the transfer portal when it comes to Daylen Baldwin? Because listen, my thing is this: 6'3", 4'4", 220. You let walk out the door? You let 6'3", 4'4", 220 walk out the door? That means you got something coming in. That is just correct. Listen, men don't always choose the right girl. But you've always been taught if you leave a chick, you better upgrade. She better be if you leave a good girl, she better be better than what your ex-girl was. That's rule number one. If you're cheating, cheat up. If you're leaving, leave up. Don't go lower. So in this case for JSU, you cannot. I say again, you cannot cheat down. You can't cheat down. That's what you can't do. You gotta come correct and come up. But listen, this is very touchy for me because I am, and anybody whoever watched the show, they know I am a firm believer in. You see the new chair. I'm a firm believer in. What is done on the field has to count for something. It has to count for something. I can't just I can't base everything off practice. Now, don't get me wrong. You are going against one of the top corners in the league. I don't know nothing. Don't listen to Cut. I don't know nothing. Don't listen to Cut. I don't know nothing. All right? You come on, Blue. Matter of fact, make sure you check out Cut Day. Let me first of all, let me get on my shout out. Make sure you check out my boy Blue Bloods. He has an interview with Aqeel Glass. It's good. Go check him out. Secondly, go check out my man Cut Day. You already know he's the pinnacle of all this. You know what I'm saying? He's like the godfather of all of these little sub channels, including myself. All right. Make sure you check out HBCU Spotlight. That's my man's $100 grand. Make sure you check out Tomorrow Sports Leaders Network with Coach Walker doing his thing over there with recruiting and all that. Make sure you check these dudes out. Make sure you check out SWAC Football on Instagram, IG. The dude is doing crazy. He posts more about SWAC football than the SWAC commissioner. I swear to God. Real talk. All right. Make sure you check them dudes out. Make sure you check out Light on Sports. Awesome content, awesome page, all that type of stuff. But everything like that. Just check out my man. Check out my peoples. All right. So my thing is this. At the end of the day, you got to have something coming in that's better than what's going out. And the way JSU was cutting Bamas, you would think they are on strike. They are worse than who went bankrupt recently? That Pier 1. Pier 1 was cutting everybody. You know what I'm saying? South, back in the day, Delta, Southwest, they were cutting people. That's what JSU is. JSU is handing out pink slips. Boy, left and right. Hey, calling you live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, man, I'm calling from Jackson, Mississippi.
Talk to me. What's your name?
Hey, listen, so, Vince.
What's up? How you feel about it?
Hey, look, man, he must got a better offer somewhere.
Who got a better offer?
Baldwin, man. It's not the other way around.
They can't do that. You can't talk to a player before he hits to the portal. Can't do that. It's illegal.
Okay, so he came into the office and they said, "Look, man, we ain't gonna need you." So he said, "Okay, well, I'm finna transfer." That's what went down.
I don't know. Listen, don't listen. If you've been reading the comments, do not listen to Cut. I don't know nothing. All I know is that he decided to take his talents elsewhere. But this is not just an ordinary receiver. We're not talking about no 5'11", 185. We're talking about 6'3".
I got you, man. I already see what they got. They got him. They got the other guy, Reed. They got the guy come out of Ohio. They got another guy coming like 6'4". All these guys like 6'3" average.
Easily.
So yeah, they should have a squad, man. So, but for them to let him go, it could be a big deal, could not. You know what I'm saying? I thought maybe that it might have upgraded his stock to go to another school.
How so?
Just from getting that shot because he hadn't had that spotlight on him. He'd been at Jackson State when the other coach was there, right?
He came from Morgan State. He's a transfer, so he was there.
And the other coach previous to Dion recruited him to Jackson State.
From the transfer
portal. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
From the transfer portal. He came from Morgan State.
Yeah, exactly. So he transferred from Morgan State to Jackson State. Then he finally got a little shine to him this year. So, other than that, what you going to do? Step up, step out. Because I don't think it could have been a big deal because he was going to be a star at Jackson State if he had stayed, So it's probably some behavior issues, I believe, that what's happening with that.
Okay, so what's your name again?
Vince, man.
Vince. Okay, Vince. Let me ask you this, Vince.
Yeah.
If I'm Daylen Baldwin, right? If I'm Daylen Baldwin, and I was balling with Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones was my quarterback, and I was balling. You don't think that I would ball with Shedeur?
Okay.
I'm asking you. If I'm balling with Jalen Jones,
all right,
we're talking about the Black Tim Tebow. All right. How was I not going to ball out with Shedeur? That's my question to you.
Well, I'm saying though, you're right, but I'm saying it had to be some other behavior. It wasn't no performance issue. It had to be some behavior issue or something else going on with this deal. Because other than that, okay, this is the only scenarios I can see, man. Because this dude has upgraded his stock by playing in the spring, right? Okay, so you just talked about the girlfriend scenario. Maybe somebody courted him where he can say, okay, well, I'm going to step up my game to another division, right? That could be a scenario. You don't know what's going on behind the scene, how they come in contact with people, whatever. Okay, other than Deion them cutting the guy, he performed well, right? So why would they cut him? Or why would they even allow him to leave unless there was some underlying issues going on?
I'd rather you say underlying issues than say behavior. I would say that.
Well, I say underlying issues then.
I'll give you that. It could have been some underlying issues. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know. But all I'm saying to you is if I'm Daylen Baldwin, somebody better come get me because I was balling with Jalen Jones.
Exactly. And I think what I believe, man, like I was telling my guy earlier today, somebody then got into his ear, man, and said, hey, man, come on over here, man, because I can't see no other reason for that because that was supposed to be in the squad, man. Him and then these other guys that got coming in with Reed, and then these other guys that's coming in and transferring in, supposed to be in the squad. They had them, 6'3", these guys over 6'3", averaging.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let you go, Vince.
So it had to be some underlying issues in order for him to, transfer out of there.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to let you go, Vince. It's simple as this. Deion is – listen. When I say this, I need y'all to take it in the not so literal, all right? Not so literal, because it's going to sound bad when I say it, but I need you to just picture. Deion's a pimp, right? And if one of your girls leave, you got more girls. That's the like let's not.
We understand that, man.
Okay, I just want to be very clear. So let's not say. I know it. I'm saying, listen. I didn't want. I love Daylen. Like when I watch him play, he's a pro for real. All I'm saying is Deion always got bullets in the gun. He always got girls on deck. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta let you go, Vince. Appreciate the call.
And that's why I flipped it around. I said it's probably better for that dude. That dude got a highlight reel that he can shop around. But Deion is good, Jackson State. Better for that dude.
Hey, caller, you loud. Turn your background down for me.
Hey, Scotty, this is Jay Memphis King. What's happening, man?
What's good? Talk to me.
Look here, man. I'm hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was hurt with Quincy. Now they didn't just pour some salt on the wound. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. I believe the only people that love Quincy more than me is you and his family.
Hey, now, you on the Quincy bandwagon too?
Look, man, I love Quincy. I love Quincy since high school. So now this guy has pro receiver written all over him. And to let him go for whatever reason, now that should be your next interview. I would love to know why. That's the $1 million question for me. Because here I am, when I found out a few hours ago, I'm texting folks, I'm like, what? I'm tired of this portal stuff. It can benefit you, but I don't like what it's doing for Jackson State right now. But let me go back to what you previously said in reference to Coach Klein. You're exactly right. If you got him on the track and you lose one, I'm going to take something from Fillmore Slim. You young cats may not know Fillmore Slim. He said he took his women to Las Vegas and the pimps got 10. Got 10 of his women that he took out there. But they didn't know that was his second string. He flew in the first string. You got what I'm saying? So I'm wondering, is Coach Klein got a first string that we don't know nothing about?
Listen!
Am I making sense?
Listen. Pass the collection plate because my man is out here preaching. I'm trying to tell you.
You know, that, because, look, I watched Coach Prime on. I forgot that show that was on the other day.
I Am an Athlete.
He was with
I Am an Athlete.
Yeah.
Go check that out. It's really good. The interview is awesome.
Yeah. And I hit my line brother up. I say, this guy here is a marketing genius. He's always recruiting. He even recruiting a ninth grade DB. So I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna let you go after this. I'm hurt. Quincy hurt me. You know, that was a shotgun wound. It's like somebody stabbed me today with this with my gas. So I'm hurt. I don't care what nobody else from Jackson State say. I'm hurt. I love those two cats. Well, you know, should do a better bring. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
You, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you. I love the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, peace.
Hey, calling you live. I already know who it is. Let's get talk to me, Conscious.
What's good, bro?
What's good?
Man, it's been a minute since I done called in on you.
Yeah, this is a good topic. Talk to me.
Man, look, for the people who are novices out there who don't understand the game, let me explain this to you guys so that we don't get misguided and start falsely accusing, you know, Daylen or any other players who are leaving of either not being good enough or in trouble or whatever the case may be in. Daylen's a good kid, has always been a great kid, and personally, I think he'll make it to the league. If not directly being drafted, he'll be on somebody's practice squad next year after the season is over with. So let's get down to the basics. And we talked about this earlier, so let me go ahead and give facts and numbers so that everybody understands the differences. Jackson State operates as an FCS program, and you got Power 5 programs that operate as a FBS. If you watch I Am Athlete the other day, Prime gave everybody a glimpse of the differences between those two divisions. In FCS, you have 63 scholarships that you have to give to your players. Now, what the NCAA does is gives us an opportunity to split those 63 scholarships amongst 85 plus players. In FBS, you get a full 85 scholarships for all of your players. Plus, you have the opportunity to give those players additional money behind the scenes through Pell Grants and through additional funding that's operated through third-party scholarships that are given to the university.
Facts.
So you have a lot more money at your disposal at a Power 5 program, these coaching staffs do, to disseminate money to those players and to keep them, quote unquote, in a good situation. Prime mentioned that when he came to the program, and all of us knew this, and all of us who went to an HBCU witnessed this when we were on campus as well. But there are players that were actually working during the off season, which is prohibited if you're in a Power 5 program.
Yep.
But in the FCS, these kids are working because they're trying to make ends meet and they need money to either stay in school, buy books, whatever the case may be. So 63 scholarships. Let's pay attention to this. All right. So I'm giving hints. You get money that divided. So if your scholarship is divided, all of a sudden you got less money, which means that you got to find money somewhere else. It's not fair. We may not agree with it, but this is the hand that the NCAA deals us. So with HBCU players, we have a double problem. We have to figure out how to do more with less. And now that the transfer portal has opened up and become the prime opportunity for free agency, it makes the problem that much more complicated. So it is what it is. It's a new reality, especially for Black schools and HBCUs, because it's a paradigm that we've never had to deal with. Usually Black schools have had to deal with players that are unhappy at FBS programs and Power 5 programs coming down and basically being able to play immediately. But now with this new rule that basically excuses the year and forgives the year and makes everybody eligible immediately, this is what you get. So I wish Daylen the best. I certainly hope if he's listening to this, man, we love you, bro. Certainly hope, your situation may change and you can stay. But if it doesn't, man, good luck to you. God bless. And do what you do, man. Do it big and make everybody else proud. But that's it. I wanted to put that out there so that everybody understood the dynamics of what's happening right now. And this is not just Jackson State. All right, Jackson State right now is at the forefront because of Prime. But believe it or not, if y'all repping FAMU and Howard and Hampton and everybody else, Alabama A&M, it's coming. It's coming. Because right now, everybody is going to be striving to basically up their game. And now that everybody is striving to up their game through the transfer portal, we're about to see situations where dog eat dog. We're about to see some filthy stuff going forward.
Yeah, okay, so the caveat on what you're saying, Conscious, and I've read a couple articles that even a lot of basketball programs and some football programs are going to stop playing money games because of Power 5 conferences looking at that as scouting for potential transfers. So they don't want Power 5 conferences to come in and swoop players that that are their top tier players, like, a Reggie Stubblefield, Harry Ballard, like they're not going to get your third string guy. They're going to come get your best guy on your team because of the fact of the matter is he wants to play Power 5. That's usually at the end of the day what everybody wants to do. They want to go Power 5. So why will I not get your best player and bring him to my team?
Facts. And a lot of our programs are going to have to become very wise about scheduling and about advertisements, because unless the NCAA is going to start and implement restrictions on how this transfer portal is going to be utilized, this thing has the potential to become an atomic bomb and really start to not only destroy these kids' lives, but start to destroy these football programs. And I know some people may say, "Oh man, that's too far it's too far down the road." No, we staring disaster right in our face, y'all. This has the makings of being a complete clusterfuck, and it's a clusterfuck because all of these kids want exposure, and you can't blame them. You can't blame her for wanting the exposure, wanting the opportunity to be seen, especially within this clicks and likes generation that we're in.
Facts.
The gram, Facebook, everything else. This is about, I hate to say it's about vanity, but it is. When it all boils down to it, it's vanity. I want to be seen. I want my name to be known. I want my attributes and my skill set to be recognized by the masses so that I can have the best opportunity to not only, make it to the league or make it to the next level, but to make some money along the way. That's what this likeness bill is all about. It's about, I need to get paid for my image and my likeness so that nobody else can use and abuse my skills and talents at these universities. And I commend them for it. Yeah. But there's always a double-edged sword in everything. There's always a pro and a con. There's always a positive and a negative. And right now, the NCAA has done an extremely poor job of not putting some restrictions behind the transfer portal. I got some ideas, and as a consultant, I would love to work with the NCAA to implement them. But right now, this is an arms race now for talent. And if you're a mid-tier school or an HBCU school, you're going to be extremely cautious going forward about advertising your highly skilled players and top-notch players, because the bigger schools are going to come calling.
And they don't have to do much to come get them. That's the sad thing about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do much to go get them, because and anybody who hasn't checked it out, go watch that I Am Athlete with Deion Sanders. It's actually really, really, it's amazing. It's an amazing interview. Chandler talks about the glitz and glamour. He's like, how do you compete with Power 5? They have all the resources, everything a kid thinks they want or imagines they want, or when you start playing football or what you imagine you want to be is at the Power 5 level. So how do you compete with that? And Deion simply says it wasn't always like that. It wasn't. And the U wasn't the U. It wasn't. The U wasn't the U until we got there. Like he said, Florida State wasn't Florida State until Deion got there. You know what I'm saying? Like Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Like isn't Alabama? I mean, they were Alabama, but they weren't as dominant as they were until they started getting black players and black players able to go there. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about changing mindsets and changing the power dynamics, it starts with us, but at the same time, you have to start keeping talent in-house. That's the only way it works.
Yep.
It's the only way it works. You keep talent in house.
You're right. Because the main thing that you need is continuity.
Facts.
If you are constantly doing a roster makeover every year, you're doomed. You're doomed because you're always going to be behind the 8 ball trying to play catch up. And you're going to try to play catch up by building team chemistry. You're going to be playing catch up by knowledge of the playbook. You're going to be playing catch up by getting individuals comfortable with your school environment, class structure, everything else. All of the dynamics that we don't talk about, you're still playing catch up and trying to make sure and ensure that the team has some form of continuity going forward. So the NCAA, they have to. I mean, so many coaches are right now bickering because of the loopholes that exist, because they know these players and these coaches are communicating with these players even before they get into the portal. I don't care what they may say, that it's illegal, that you can't, but you and I mean, you, all of us know that there's behind the scenes conversations going on.
Easily.
I mean, and it could be in the form of, hey, coach, I'm a consultant. Use me as a medium so that I can get in contact with the player, and pay me a couple of dollars in the event that the player ends up coming to your school.
Just that simple.
That's how easy it is.
Just that simple.
That's just how dirty the game is right now. And that's going on. So for everybody who's on the message boards who don't think it is, it is. These players are getting contacted through Facebook, through Instagram, through Twitter, and they're having these conversations with representatives from these schools and saying, look, my guy wants you to come. And this is what the opportunity exists for you in the program. Do you want to take it or you not want to take it? And if you're a kid and you want the exposure and it sounds good, you damn skippy, you're going to take it.
That's facts. Appreciate the call,
You damn skippy, you're going to take it. No doubt, man. But look, good luck to the kid. I'm sad to see him go. I hope the situation changes and he can stay. But if he's listening, bro, we love you. Hope the situation works out for you. But you a dog, man, and continue to be a dog.
Always. Appreciate you.
Later, bro.
Later. Man, listen, my man on here dropping gems. That's what it's about. We educate, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna educate, and we're gonna get to the bottom of the nitty-gritty. Now, listen, I like what my man Blue Blood said is that they are recruiting players through the high school coaches. We did a whole episode on it. One coach said over 75% of coaches tamper with athletes. Like, listen, I know for a fact, all right, ain't something I heard, ain't somebody told. I know for a fact players being recruited have been offered money. Not many schools can do that. Not many schools can just drop off a car for you. Not many schools can drop off 10, 20,000 to recruit you. All right? Ask you how much it's going to cost to recruit you. Ask how much it's going to cost for you to sign the letter of intent. Not many schools can do that, especially FCS. They don't have the power, the boosters, or the resources. So when I tell you, so if I'm Daylen Baldwin and I've opened up now, first of all, he's kind of late going into the portal. That's one. All right. But two, if I open up my recruitment to Power 5, it's listen, everybody wants to be wanted. Everybody wants to be wanted. All right. There's nothing like being courted by somebody. All right. Listen. And that's big facts. It's nothing like being courted by somebody. Call lines are open, 701-801-6395, 701-801-6395. Call-ins. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from the JSU fans. How you guys feeling? Listen, I'm just going to say this. I don't care if Deion lost the whole offensive line. I'm telling you what I know. He always has an ace up his sleeve. Just like a magician. Like, ooh. Like, I'm telling you, Deion is going to come prepared. Simple as that. Hey, calling you live.
Look, man, I just told you the same thing that guy just said, man.
This you,
I
Vince?
told you they recruiting these guys behind the scenes.
Who said this?
Hello?
When did you say that?
I said it earlier, man. I said, look, I said this guy did a highlight reel, man, when he was playing the spring game. And I told you I was so busy for them, so they come behind the scenes and take them. But then another thing, tell them guys quit whining, man. Why don't they step up their game? If these HBCUs step up their game, they'll be able to get some of these guys to come to these HBCU, maybe 3 stars and 2 stars.
Vince, listen. At the end of the day, sir, kids want a certain. Listen, I've talked to kids who've gone from HBCU who were at FBCS and our FCS schools. They said it's different. The jerseys, the treatment, the lifestyle.
Listen, I understand all that. I understand all that, but I'm talking about everybody can't play on all these football teams. So you can just get the crumbs, HBCUs, get the crumbs, and work with the crumbs. Because unless you're going to divide the country in half and say, hey, all white students go to white schools and all the blacks go to black schools, you're going to have to compete with white schools. You know what I'm saying?
No shit,
right?
Sherlock. My whole point is...
So think about, so one of black schools just say, hey, this is like the next level from high school, and go to these schools and get your education, because we'll suspend our football team. Why do they do that?
Once again, Vince, the same thing. If you go watch the I Am an Athlete with Deion Sanders, what he is saying is the players made the program. The university
exactly.
Listen,
remember,
if you would stop talking and listen.
That running back down to Alabama, and then Bear Bryant saw the brother running.
Why do people insist on calling and being loud with me when I'm very open to talk? Come on, man. They're doing too much. What's up, Coach Green? Talk to me.
Oh, what's up, man?
Talk to me.
Oh, man, I ain't think you were going to pick up this, man.
Why? I had to get the other guy off the line because he's yelling. I'm like, why you yelling?
Yeah, I heard him. Hey, I watched that episode, I Am an Athlete too, but that was very good.
Super good.
That dog gonna be on just dropping gems left and right, bro.
That's big facts. What's up? Talk to me, Coach Green. How you feel about Daylen?
Say it again?
I said, talk to me. How you feel about Daylen?
Man, and I was surprised, but not surprised, because I think for him to pop up in there, he had to be recruited behind the scenes.
To pop up on where?
Huh?
You said pop up on where?
For him to pop up in the portal. I'm just saying, for him to all of a sudden pop up in the portal, I think he's getting recruited. That's my opinion. I have a feeling he got recruited.
I'll say this. I'm an insider now. I'm like the black chef. You know what I'm saying? So I can't give all my sources away. What I will say this is I'm kind of sad he did it so late in the process. If you was gonna go this route, I feel like you should have did it off rip. You know what I'm saying? Like just going in and go ahead and knock it out. But to wait this late, a lot of teams are set. You know what I'm saying? A lot of teams, especially, with spring football coming up, practice coming up, a lot of teams are set. So I don't like the timing of it. Now, what I would have liked to see is him and Casey did a package deal to Alabama A&M.
That's kind of tough for him.
That would have been legit.
Right now.
That would have been legit.
Kind of tough. That receiving core is deep.
Okay, and JSU is deep. If they letting Daylen Baldwin go, JSU is deep.
Yeah, I know JSU deep. So he had to compete for that spot because they got people like Shane Hook and a couple other guys they brought in. Rooker.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can never have too much of a good thing. And if I'm Alabama A&M, listen, I would have had Quincy and Daylen like a 2-for-1 special at McDonald's. Boy, I'm getting both of y'all and y'all coming with me. What? Both of them? What? Come on, man. Stop it.
Look, I see some of the JSU players like posting at the bottom of your screen talking about Shane. They saying he's legit. So I guess he is a real deal, huh?
Listen, if you 6'5", 6'6", I hope you legit. What, you ain't supposed to be bad. You know, like, what, come on, man. Like, what you, if God had made me 6'5", I would be in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing me. Like.
Hey, you're right. If I was 7 foot, I'd been in the NBA.
You know what I'm saying? So you 6'5", like, and it's no shot at Shane. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, God gave you the height and talent. Do something with it. You 6'5". You know, it'll be different if they was like, he 5'11", he cold. I'd be like, oh man, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like 5'11" cold.
I slick forgot about Shane until the Darren Baldwin stuff hit. And when the Darren Baldwin stuff hit, then all of a sudden I remember Shane, because I was like, oh, this kid was sitting out. He didn't get a chance to play yet. So we didn't get a chance to see him. And he's 6'5". So they ain't losing height. They getting somebody bigger. And shoot, he might be just as fast.
Listen, if you 6'5" and run anywhere near a 4.5 and 4.4, I can make it work. I can make it work. That's why I go back to saying Ray Charles can play receiver. Can play quarterback. Come on, man. Like, it's not a game out here. Like Cut just said he's 6'5" and can run routes like Xavier from FAMU. That's not fair.
Oh, man.
It's not fair. You know, like, you're 6. Come on, man. What are you talking about? It's not.
You run routes like him?
Like him. And, you know, Cut, he stay in the lab. All he do is watch film. So all I'm saying is it's not fair. So if you're 6'5" and you're doing that, listen, that's what I said. If Daylen has to leave, Dion had to have girls on deck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, okay, you lose a Rihanna, but you got Beyonce, you got Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying? You got all these girls, you good. You good.
So to be honest, it really was a guarantee that Darren was going to start because of how deep he is at the wide receiver.
It would have been a lot of competition. I'll tell you, it wouldn't have been nothing. Nobody would have walked into the starting spot. And I think that's where we're at right now, is to understand, like, Dion's not giving no starting spots away. Like, you got to go earn them jokers. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ball out.
And then, look, he also got that transfer from University of Houston.
Listen, like I said, if you lose a Rihanna, you still got Beyonce, you still got Megan Thee Stallion, you still got Cardi B. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, I got a question for you, though.
Talk to me.
Did you know Tennessee State had an indoor practice facility?
I did not.
They have one.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice. I need one of those.
Hey, look, they built it in 2011.
That's nice. Listen, we need more of those. We need more of those in the SWAC. For real.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the call, Coach Green. I always appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. Good to hear from you, man.
All right, you too, man.
All right.
Listen, it's crazy. Paid for by the Titans. Oh, that's what's up. Let me see what we got here. Let me go back to some of these comments. Abdul Ibrahim. He's cold. No, but listen, you can never have too much of a good thing. Scotty, that comp real, dog. It gotta be. Listen. Oh, Lord. It's only one person can have the job. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? This ain't only one person can get the job. That's just what it is, man. Shane Hooks played in 13 games at Ohio University unproduced. So what's the hype about? Oh, Brandon out here spitting facts. I said, what the hype about? Oh my God! They said, tell me what the hype profile. Ooh, I like that one. Brandon out here, Pipkin is dropping bars. Yeah, I heard Herman Smith didn't allow a catch this year. Tennessee got Oprah as alumni. Oh man, Brandon, you out here spitting, bro. Late to the party recap topic. EA, we talking about Daylen Baldwin and him being in the transfer portal, my guy. It's not only what we're talking about. When he can make noise. Would not be surprised if Reed ends up hitting the portal. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Finisher they says is no, so they broke too. That's my thing. Like, I want to get back to this. Because once again, what I have always said is, show me on the field. I don't see practice. I don't. And there's something that has to be said to a guy that there has to be something said to a guy who produces on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does that not have validity anymore to say, okay, I know what I have in Daylen? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey man, hey. This I'm calling. My name Jay. I'm calling from Florida.
What's up, Jay? Calling from Florida. Talk to me.
Man, I don't think people talk about how it is looking bad. How so much people JSU only played one spring, and so it's a lot of people hitting the transfer portal. I mean, beyond just the receiver. I mean, you don't have two quarterbacks. I mean, people that's just new players want to come for him to want new players and top players to commit. I mean, it don't even look how trustworthy yet. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear nothing you said, and I'm gonna need you to take the Southern out of it just a little bit. All right, and I need some enunciation. All right, talk to me. Say it again.
Listen, I said it look. Nobody talk about how bad it looks already. About the transfer, everybody entering the transfer. A lot of people at Jackson State entering the transfer portal. Like, you don't have two quarterbacks, you don't have a star receiver. I mean, you got as a player about to commit, you gotta be wanting to be know the school trustworthy. And I mean, bro, you don't have the two starting quarterbacks into the transfer portal. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the talk that he's doing. I mean,
Jay, I wouldn't say two starting quarterbacks. I would say one starter and a possible. I'll say one starter and a possible. Yeah. We're playing spades now, okay? I'll say it's one and a possible. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, you done had a 3-star quarterback commit at his SWAC. I mean, you just let him go like it's a butterfly. So I mean. And then you got your receiver leaving. I mean, because that's your top receiver. I don't care who you got coming in. I mean, at least you done seen him play. You know what he do. You know he clutch just to let him go. You know what I'm saying? And then him entering in D1, they about to report back in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy for him to enter that late though. That's low-key dangerous. But a lot of players where I'm from, they hit up their high school coach. Their high school coach will talk to D1 coaches that they know before they enter the transfer portal, they know they got, like the offers. So I'm pretty sure he probably know, like, oh, I know I got an offer from here because ain't nobody really, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's looking good for Jack. I'm sorry. They flopped, man.
Listen, this is my thing, Jay. Before I let you go, Jay, this is my thing. You can say it's not looking good for JSU, but to me, it'll be different if he didn't have anything coming in. Everything is going. It seems like a lot of stuff is going out, but Dion has brought a lot already in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're. I'm good. I got some stuff in the cabinet. We gonna eat now. We lost a little flank steak. You know what I'm saying? You lost flank steak, you lost a little T-bone and stuff like that. But we got enough to eat. We ain't gonna starve. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Deion's at right now. And he can make a full course meal with what he has. Now, the key is the cook in the kitchen, is he legit? Does he need instructions? Can he do it by himself? And that cook is And that cook is Shedeur Sanders. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to this whole thing. Now you gonna have Gordon Ramsay, Deion Sanders. You will have Gordon overseeing the whole thing, but is the cook really gonna cook it up? That's my thing.
You're right. That's facts. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because if Shedeur cooks it up, boy, listen, shit's the bomb. Like Charles Barkley said, barbecue chicken. It's barbecue chicken.
Yeah, you're right. But listen though.
All right.
I think that is, you're right. You speaking facts, but you're right. I do think it's a little dangerous for him to put all that on his son, though. You know what I'm saying? Because if he flops, boy, he is gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if he do good, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, everybody gonna be rolling. But boy, let that sink ship. Let that ship sink.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to let you go because I got another caller. All right. So let me say this though. If you go back and watch the overtime series with Deion and his son, right? It's simply
I was just watching it yesterday.
It's a snippet on there where Deion and Shedeur are walking to the field, and Deion keeps saying, "What's your last name?" He says Sanders. What's your last name? He says Sanders. You gotta know he's already been conditioned to know everything's gonna come with pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? Being that I am who I am. So he's been conditioned to have that. So he just has to go out there and make it work. You feel me? But he's been conditioned because he knows what comes with his last name. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Oh yeah, but okay, one more thing. But
gotta let you go. Sorry. Okay. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Deion from Washington, D.C.
What's up? Talk to me.
And I live down the street from Howard, man. What's going on down there, man? Kids transferring from school and everything down there, man. Quarterback transferring. The wide receiver now transferring. I'm going to tell you this. If it been me, I'd have fought it. I'd have hung in there and fought it. I wouldn't transfer. I'd have stayed there and said, now, what you going to do? Either you going to play me or I'm going to sit out. But they don't want to do that, man. They don't want to do that. And the NCAA is making it easy for these kids transferring now. They just messed this thing all up.
All right, let me ask you a question. What's your name?
Deion, man. Deion from DC. We talked before, man.
Listen, Deion, I got a lot of calls, man. I just want to make sure I get the right name because I don't want to say the wrong name and then you be like, that ain't me. Deion, listen to me. Listen to me. If you was at a job, right, and your boss put you on the back burner for a promotion, would you not look for another job? Yes or no?
Yeah, I would, but I hang in there till I found that job.
You would hang in there till you found that job. So my guy jumped in the portal. You don't think he don't got a destination in mind?
Like I said, man, if it was me, I'd have stayed there and fought it because I'd have looked.
Wait a minute now, Deion. You just said
I'd have looked at everybody. I'd have looked at everybody that I practice with. That's a wide receiver. I'd have looked at all of them and be like, okay, he can't do a down and out real good like me. He can't do the seam route like me. He can't do the kick and go out like me. And I'd look at all my boys that was on the team wide receiver, and I said, okay, I know who's the weakest link and I know who's the strongest link. But you made a good point and everything, though, man. But these kids today, man, they want to go. Time
out. No.
They got the same problem up here at Howard with the football team, man.
First of all, Howard's trash. Howard's trash. They wish they can get a Daylen Baldwin. Let's just call it what it is. They trash. I don't even want to let they trash. First of all, so don't even bring Howard up on this channel. They trash.
Yeah, look, and then now listen to your show. Look like I told my wife, look like I'm going to come to some of the games down there.
Hey, you better.
I'm coming when they play FAMU. Me and family, we coming when they play FAMU.
Everybody and their mama gonna be down here in Miami. Now listen, this is my point though, Tracy. Deion, this is my point. My thing is this: is that you can't say if it was you would go look for a new job and then say people aren't people aren't tough enough to stick it out playing football. Like, football is a job to these kids if they're looking long term. You guys see, you're looking at it as a school loyalty. No, kids like Daylen see this as, this is my interview for a better position, a better job, a better promotion. So if my boss doesn't see my potential, another job will. If the job isn't going to pay you what you want, you're going to go to another job that will. It's the same. It's no different. You got to stop looking. Listen, coaches don't have no loyalty. Athletic directors don't have no loyalty. Nobody has loyalty.
Yeah, all that loyalty done gone, man. Because like I said with my uncle and them, when they coached up Howard, they had a loyalty. But when they retired, Jay Walker and them got in the NFL, Tim Watson, Flea, that's coaching down Jackson State, got his shot. They went downhill. It went, and the last one that was there that got a good shot was Antoine Bethea, that Flea coach and everything. After that, man, you're right. It done gone down here. The MEAC is like I said, I might have to come to some SWAC games, man.
Because let me ask you
this. That's my wife that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. Let's say Daylen goes to University of Virginia, right? The coach there recruits him like, bro, you're the next thing smoking. We need you. He leaves the next year. A new coach comes in and says, we're not going to throw the ball that much. What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to just sit there and be like, yeah, I'm going to show loyalty to the University of Virginia because they gave me my scholarship? No, this is my interview for the NFL. And if you're not going to help me build my resume, I need to get gone. It's just that simple.
Hey, look here. I got one for you, and I'm going to go.
Talk to me.
You know, what's the name? He used to coach at Howard. Now he down Auburn. This brother coach up in New Orleans. I mean, with New England. His brother coaching up. His brother, the quarterback up there in New England. You know what I'm talking about? Cam Newton.
Oh,
you know his brother down Auburn.
His brother.
Now, guess what happened to him when he went down to Auburn?
What happened?
He thought he was going to get a quarterback position. They made him a wide receiver. They made him a freaking wide receiver. Now, that's stupid. But he got his lesson taught to him. Instead of him go somewhere else, instead of going down to Auburn, he should have went somewhere else instead of going down there. And the man told him, we already got our quarterbacks down here. You just got to play wide receiver. Not me, bro. Not me. I can't go through that, man.
And I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to let you go, right? So this is my thing with that, right? He went there. Why? Because his brother is Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the connections.
Right.
He has the connections. So it's like, this to me is where you see where Power 5 gets. Power 5s don't owe you nothing. They don't, because they're bigger than the player. They're Power 5. I'm going to say this right now. Power 5s are always going to be bigger than the player. It's just that simple. Mm-hmm. You can come in and do whatever you want. The school is always going to be bigger than you, right? Kalen, let's say Cam's brother goes to I'll say Alcorn. He is the draw to Alcorn. Alcorn has history, but he's the draw to the school. It's no different than Maker, the 5-star player that went to Howard. Howard has history, but the player is now the draw. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, if you want to be a big fish in a small pond, go HBCU and build something. Build your brand. Build your name.
That's why I thought he was gonna go somewhere else, HBUC, but nah, he want to go. Man, I'm through with it, man. I like I told my wife, I look like I'm gonna have to come down there and watch some games, man. I'll be down there when they play Miami.
And we're gonna open up. They're gonna open up the arms with you wide open. Appreciate the call, Dion.
You take.
Hey, calling you live. Turn your background down for me.
What's good, man? This is Jonas from Mississippi.
Talk to me, Jonas.
Just want to say, first off, I'm hurt that Daylen Baldwin is leaving the program, but at the same time, you got to understand, these kids want to play ball, man. They feel like they ain't going to get their fair shot. They want to get on up out of there and play somewhere where they're going to get a chance. And I don't understand why people keep calling in talking about why everybody leaving Jackson State. What's going on with the program? Ain't nothing going on with the program. People just want to play. And they feel like they ain't going to get that shot at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Yeah. I feel like Deion coming in here, he want to win, and he going to put the best players out there on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's going to take. Somebody get out there and bust somebody. I can cuss on here?
Yeah.
Bust somebody ass wide open, and then it's over with. The floodgates going to open. I feel like he got the #1 recruiting class right now, but it's only going to get better from here.
Listen, and Mr. Jonas, you're speaking my language, my guy. Because I simply, and I've said this before, I said, and I mean this on everything I love. If listen, if I was the SWAC, if I was everybody outside of Jackson State, I would send all my best players to Southern just so they could compete with Jackson State. And this is why I say this. And I know this is going to sound stupid, right? But this is why I say this. Is because if you let Deion run the table on you, you will never see another championship while you are in the SWAC. I don't care what nobody says. Yeah. He is going to run it up on you. He's going to run the score up on you. It's going to look really, really bad. So what I would do, I would have a secret meeting with all the schools in the SWAC, FAMU, BCC, you know. I'm like, listen, man, let's just make our own all-star team. Let's all put it on Southern, you know what I'm saying? And let them meet up with Jackson State in the championship game, and let everybody else we just playing for second. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is playing for second, but you know what I'm saying? Let that be the end all be all, just so you can stop the Deion reign. That's how I feel. That's all I'm saying. This is me.
But they tried to do that one time back in, I think it was like 2009 or something like that. Like it was a big discussion about Jackson State, Valley, and Alcorn like merging together to form like one team.
Ooh, that's
but
sweet.
All the different schools was like they didn't want to do that because each school got their own tradition, and they felt like it was going to be like a disappointment to all the old history and fans and stuff like that, alumni that went to the different schools. So that didn't work out.
Yeah. Hey, but appreciate the call, my guy.
If that did work out, they could probably go up against some SEC schools or something like that. They probably wouldn't just dominate, but you know what I'm saying?
They'll compete.
More competition on the field. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I appreciate the call, my guy.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Scotty? This is KJ from Florida.
What's up, KJ? Talk to me.
All right, man. I was just catching on what you were talking about. I would just say this much, man. One of the things you have to be extremely careful of with coaches like Deion, high-profile coaches, is the administration needs to be extremely astute at watching that when you start getting a lot of transfers in and out, what it does to your APR.
Okay, what
a
is
lot
that?
of times,
what is APR?
You know, Deion might be looking at, hey, I'm getting these transfers coming in. They're coming in from D1 schools or whatever. What happens is that NCAA is still tracking to see both what's gotten into your program and also what has left your program. And if they're, like, say, for example, this kid Baldwin or others that may leave, and then let's say they just fall by the wayside, and I'm not saying that's what happened with Quincy, but I'm just going to give you this example, and I hate to use him, but I'm just saying, let's say you go to Alabama and fall off the wayside and doesn't graduate. That falls back on Jackson State. So
really?
That's why if that kid doesn't do what he needs to do within that 5 or 6 year period, that can hurt you. So that's why it's so important when everybody's talking about, transfer portal, those kind of things can come back to hurt your APR. And we already know that HBCUs are always, and I say always, leading APR infractions. It's totally unfair how they penalize us because we are a low resource institution. But that's what happens when they're mandatory, making sure that these kids are graduating in that 5 to 6 year period. And so you have to be careful when you start taking on and transferring, having a lot of kids transfer in and out.
Now, KJ, let me ask you this. When the transfer come in, are they still, they're not on the new team's books, they're on the old team's books though?
Yeah, they're on that old team book, but at the same time, you still need to get them graduated now because that they're tracking to see. So let's say, for example, now I think what Dion is doing, he's doing a good job of getting graduate transfers, which is very smart. I will say that much. I think I had a chance to see whether like the last 3 or 4 guys that came in, he's getting graduate transfers. Mm-hmm. So that's what schools are trying to do as best as possible to get graduate transfers that's not hurting them like that. But that's one of the things that, you got to, now when you get a JUCO that comes in, now that's on you. And you got to get him out of there. If he has the AA degree, he comes in, you're supposed to get him out of there in a 3-year period to come in to graduate him. And that's the 5-year period that he's supposed to graduate.
Okay.
So that's how it used to be. A lot of times when getting JUCO transfers coming in, you just need to get him out of there in those 3-year periods. But now these kids are going from college to college to college, and doing that. So that's why you have to be careful how you allowing people to transfer in and out and making sure that whoever you take, try to make sure they stick and stay.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So what happens if you have a bad APR?
Oh man, that's devastating. So for HBCUs, a lot of times that means no celebration bowl. A lot of times that's infractions on the number of scholarships. A lot of times that infraction on your practice time. So I remember one year, Florida A&M, we were under such a bad APR and had so many infractions that even during the season, we could only practice 3 times a week.
Oh wow!
I mean, because the infractions were that bad that you can only practice on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You play the game on Saturday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the kids have to go to class because you was on such heavy APR infractions because of graduation rates, retention of players, the football team GPA. So all those things are weigh in on what's happening. And so you don't see that happening on the larger schools because they have so many other resources. I mean, hell, some schools like the Big Ten, those kids can stay in one building, take all their courses online, and they go past them. So that's why you see a lot of guys talking about they go on a graduate transfer, man. They finishing in 3.5, 4 years, but you know what's up with that, right?
Yeah.
So they're making sure they're getting them out of there so they won't catch APR infractions. But a lot of times they graduate them in sometimes what you call, courses that I don't know if you're going to be able to do anything with those degrees, interdisciplinary studies, those kind of different things that the school is going, hey, we graduated him, but the kid is going, okay, I graduated. Now what can I do with this degree? So that's what's happening, man.
Got you. Man, KJ, I'm telling you, man, you are like a walking encyclopedia. Like, are you like the school Google? I like it.
Yeah. And like I say, man, if you ever get a chance to talk to Dion again or something like that, just kind of bring that up on how they're watching the APR and all the transfers in and out. And that'll be something good just to hear his response to that. Now, I will say this much. Jackson State, I think that the AD is pretty good. I want to say it was either Jackson State or Alabama. It was Alabama State that had the highest graduation rate, and I think they were doing very well. So I'm not sure about Jackson State, but they better be careful because the NCAA, they love to hammer HBCUs on those APR, man. It's no joke. It's no joke.
I appreciate
you taking my call, bro.
Gotta get that APR. I thought we was talking about interest rate. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, APR, isn't that an interest rate? Annual percentage return, something like that? Well, ain't that when I get on my car? That's what I thought. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Scott? It's Levi.
Is who?
It's Levi.
All right, you got some headphones? Because I know you driving. You got some headphones?
No, I don't have no headphones. Listen, I'll just call you back when I get to the house.
Too easy. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. I really thought APR. I thought we was talking about the interest rate. But okay, let me get back to my scenario, right? And this is what I want to say to that. Back to Deion Sanders in Jackson State. If I was the SWAC, I'm gonna say it again. If I was the SWAC and I as much as Deion has brought publicity, what cannot allow to happen, and caller 7149, I'm gonna get to you real quick, all right? 314, last 4 is 7149, I'm gonna get to you. And when I get to the SWAC, it's because me, you see what I'm rocking with. You see who I'm rocking with, right? So I see them running through the SWAC. But to stop that, I would literally have an underground railroad meeting of the SWAC. Talk to all of them like, hey, who are your best players? Let's put them on the powerhouse of Southern, all right? The reason I'm picking Southern is because of the brand. Everybody says Southern is this, oh, everybody wants the Southern job. Everybody wants to coach for Southern. We're Southern. We're Southern. We're a powerhouse, all right? So all that happens. So I'm gonna collect the best players, put them on Southern, and we gonna battle it out in the SWAC championship. That's how I do it. Straight all-star game in the middle of the season, and we gonna do it. We gonna do what it do. We gonna see what is popping just to stop Deion from winning the SWAC. Because I'm telling you now, Pete, listen very close. If Deion Sanders wins the SWAC championship first year running, I'm telling you, I'm getting shirts made. DSAC, Deion Sanders Athletic Conference. It's over. It's over. Anybody who played that old Kobe Bryant game back in the early 2000s, when Kobe Bryant was like, I think it was like Kobe Bryant courtside or something like that, when the announcer used to say, the eggs are getting hard, the jello was jiggling. The game is over, bro. The game is simply over. All right. Let me go to this caller right here. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up? OffScript, this Sean, man. Hey, I'm calling from St. Louis, bro.
Talk to me.
Hey, I played ball with number 45 at JSU. I played ball with his dad at ASU, and I played with Prime Boy Buck. Hey, they were some beasts, but
you talking about Aubrey Miller, or you talking about Hampton?
The way that he did, but hey, I wish that kid nothing but success, man. Nothing but success. But Prime got to be careful. They got these rules out here, and it's funny, this transfer portal thing done heated up since he took over at JSU. You got these Power 5 schools, bro, and they have gotten together. I believe they done got together, these Power 5 schools, knowing Deion, what he is, what he stands for, and what he can do. And I believe, some way, somehow, these Power 5 schools gotten with the NCAA, relax these rules and let these kids transfer. And I just hope that Deion don't be too stubborn. He's a Florida boy. And Florida boys are strong-hearted, they stubborn, but Prime got to get it together. He can't keep losing talent unless he's going to bring more in, which more than likely that's the case. But,
listen, I don't know.
I wish nothing but the best for your program. I follow you. Big fan of you and Cut. Peace out.
Appreciate it. I don't know if he heard me earlier, but I said Deion Sanders is the definition of Bishop Don Magic Wand. All right? Gold is for the honey, green is for the money. Listen, my man has stuff on deck. If he loses one, he getting one. He is Cat Williams. Listen, you can lead a hold of water, but you can't make him drink it. You know what I'm saying? That is Deion is Cat Williams in his prime. Like, He is the he got them on deck. He has them on deck. Please believe me. All right. If you don't believe nothing else I say on this program, all right, call me the National Crossing Guard with my yellow because I'm giving you all the signs. Okay? Okay. He got him on deck. He got him on deck. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what up, man? This is Jerome from Charlotte. How you doing, man?
What's up? Talk to me.
What up, man? So just wanted to piggyback off of that previous conversation about APR. So during COVID, man, you know, the NCAA, they've actually kind of, if you will, suspended penalties for 2021, 2022 for APR. So normally in the spring, you know, that's when the NCAA releases its APR numbers. We're not going to see that because basically they're trying to help all these student athletes and, you know, I guess the respective schools. Jackson State, fortunately, they have been, I guess, really for the last 8 or 9 years, they've led not only, you know, HBCUs, but FCS and total overall APR, including football. So, you know, their compliance is definitely A1. They've been fortunate enough to get a couple of grants from the NCAA, I guess about 2012, 2013 to help since they're a limited research school. But when you look at historically, as far as the APR, it's definitely been a very biased system because what the NCAA was doing was, so APR basically measures your progress or matriculation towards a degree. So let's say if you transfer from a Jackson State to a North Carolina A&T, it's fine. It's not going to hurt your APR as long as that student is still matriculating towards a degree. But that was more so on the FCS level. But let's say if that student athlete at Jackson State, let's say he decides college is not for him, he's going to go to the military.
Yeah.
That's going to kill your APR.
Ooh.
Or let's say he has death in the family, he got to jump out of school and take care of his younger siblings. That's going to kill your APR. But what the NCAA did conversely on the Power 5 standpoint, they don't have those same rules, which is why you see all these players at Power 5 schools, they're declaring early, let's say for the NBA draft, or they're leaving to go to the NFL. That does not hurt their APR, which is really, really messed up because you're hurting or you're penalizing these FCS or HBCUs if a student athlete has to leave school for whatever reason. But these student athletes at the Power 5 schools, that's not going to hurt you because that's just how the rules are set up. But yeah, to the other guy's point, it's not going to hurt Jackson State with all these players going into the transfer portal. As long as they continue to matriculate towards a degree, JSU and everybody else will be fine. Plus, the NCAA, everybody can Google it. Just Google NCAA APR COVID and all the articles will pop up. They basically waited for the next 2 years.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I love when callers be on here dropping bars. You know what I'm saying? Because I need the knowledge. Because when I tell you I thought APR was an interest rate, I'm like, college is doing interest rates now. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm confused. So to me, it's just too many rules. Like, and if a kid wants to drop out and go to the Army, why is that the school's fault? I don't get it.
And, you know, it's crazy, man. When we had a previous coach, Coach Comedy, that's what really hurt our APR. We had a lot of cats, man, for whatever reason. Just life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life happens, even if you're a student athlete. And, you know, student athletes left, you know, had to leave school and join the military or just had to take care of family and it just killed the APR. But to your question, to the previous caller, historically, let's say if your APR is not at a certain threshold, let's say for football, if it's not at 820, your team will be suspended for postseason activities for that upcoming season. It is also a rolling 4-year number. So every 4 years, that number can fluctuate. But what the NCAA has done for COVID, they've basically suspended it for 2021-22. So looking at the language of it, I don't think they're going to count 21-22 during that 4-year rolling number. But yeah, they'll definitely pick back up, I guess, after 2022, as far as how they calculate those numbers. But yeah, all these schools, man, the best thing to do during this down season during COVID is for all these compliance officers to really look at the model that like a Jackson State has had or North Carolina A&T has had with those consistent numbers. Because really there's no reason for any of our Black colleges to be suffering with APR, knowing that there are viable models out there to emulate. But it'll be really interesting, man, just to kind of see how this plays out on the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah, it definitely will be. Hey, appreciate the call.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Okay, this Levi. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Much better, much better.
Okay, yeah, I apologize about that. I was getting up for work, man. But, well, when I first found out the news about Baldwin in the transport, I was like, what? You know, because I out of all the players, I can understand the QB challenge with Prince and Daylen. That kind of makes sense. But with Baldwin, it's like I feel that he had a chance to compete with the talent that was coming in during the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this transfer portal thing is really changing the game of college football because, you know, it's like, you know, it's like a Cinderella episode. You know, as soon as these players have a issue with what's going on, it'd probably be a locker room or anything, but it's just like, you know, you just up and just hit the portal. It just don't make sense. Like, you know, I'm not trying to ramble, but could you imagine if they would have had the transfer portal back when Deion Sanders or Eddie George or probably like a Mike Vick, like would these players still be in the same position that they are today? So I feel like the transfer portal in the near future that it's going to create problems because, like I was saying again, I listen to your show. Like if I'm 6'5", 230 pounds, there is no way that a player that you coach bringing in can make me feel insecure about myself to the point where I don't feel like I need to fight for my position. And so that being said, you know, like I'm gonna fight for my position. Regardless of who the player is, you have to prove to me that you can take my spot. So I feel like this transfer portal is just making the game soft.
That's okay. Okay, hold on. Levi, how old are you?
23.
23. All right. Let me ask you this. With that mind, it's a great mindset to have. All right. But you can't control all the variables in your situation. And what I mean by that is you can be on a job and be the best guy on the job and somebody not like you and somebody like somebody better than you and give them position because of their relationship. Okay, that's one thing. Two, it could be just simply, I don't like you, so I won't promote you. That's two. So what I'm telling you is that in certain situations, now I'm not going to say you're completely wrong. Some players might not want to fight. I'll give you that. But that doesn't account for everybody who goes into the transfer portal. And I really think we need to stop putting that label on everybody to say, oh, he didn't want to compete. Oh, they didn't want to fight. Oh, they didn't want to do this, because that's not always the case. Sometimes a new coach comes in, philosophy changes. So they're not going to throw the ball as much as they do. Or they bring in their new regime and they bring players that they want to have for their scheme. Because remember, when you're a coach, your success as a coach is dictated by the players you have on the field. And if you don't think you can win with those players that you currently have, you're going to get players that you think you can. So it's no different if a boss comes in, let's say you work at you work at a Fortune 500 company, right? And you work in the marketing department. And it's a new guy that came over from Vogue. He's this legendary marketing guru. Well, what is he going to try to do? He's going to try to bring people from his Vogue who he's worked with, he knows what they're going to do, to the new job, and some of y'all going to get cut. So you can't always throw these labels on every kid to be like, oh, they're soft. Oh, they should have fought for their position. When we as human beings in real life do it all the time. We leave jobs. Nobody says, oh, they don't want to pay you enough. You better go in there and fight for your check. You better fight for that extra $10,000. Nobody says that. They say go find the job that'll pay you more. So stop this narrative of people are soft. You can't do that. Cannot do that.
Well, yeah. That was another point I was trying to throw out there too, because I also feel that it might be other stuff going on with Jackson State, with the coaching, the practicing, with Shadur, with different kind of stuff. And yeah, you're right. I just can't just put a market on they soft, but I'm just going off with what I know, because I understand exactly where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
There's other aspects that could be going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Yeah, and you're right about that. But I mean, who's to say if Deion Sanders actually just have a certain type of favoritism? I know with Shadur, yeah, that's probably true. But this is why I say this, because I attend Jackson State also.
Mm-hmm.
There was this receiver that we had last year called D.D. Bowie. Anybody that listens to this show that's a Jacksonian, they know who D.D. Bowie is. He was from the last thing. D.D. Bowie is still on the team right now as we speak of, but he is being reserved for fall. So, so with that being said, it just, I understand what you're saying, Scott, that you just can't put a label on everybody saying they soft and this and that. And you know what? The terminology of soft may have been a little bit too hard. Maybe I should have just been, I don't know, I don't know, because, I don't really, none of us really just actually know what's actually going on in the locker room behind the scenes. But with that receiver, D.D. Bowie just being reserved for fall, and he's not even playing for the spring. And I feel like, because he was a recruit out of Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and he transferred to Jackson State. So,
I got a comment that says he's not on the team.
You said is he not on the team?
Yeah, D.D. Bowie, it says he isn't on the team.
Okay, well, I gotta do some research, because that's my first time hearing about that. But I also been hearing in the comment section that Baldwin was a recruit, a Deion Sanders recruit also.
No, he wasn't. He was from Comedy.
He was from Comedy.
I mean, not Comedy. I'm sorry, not Comedy. The last coach that was in there. Hendricks. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hendricks.
Okay, well, I guess the comment section got it wrong though. But this portal can be good, it can be bad. Who knows in the next years? But I will say this: that I feel like it can have a overpopulation circumstances of where it'll kind of interfere with high school players getting recruited, because it's just you just have players just jumping out of nowhere, just getting the transfer portal, like transfer. And like I said, I understand the Jalen Jones. I understand the Quincy Casey, but with the Baldwin situation, it's none of us actually really know what is going on and what's happening. But I feel like he was a good enough player that he could have competed. That's just my opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. Right. My thing is this: Jalen Jones was starting in transfer. All right. Quincy Casey balled out, transfer. Daylen Baldwin balled out, transfer. So to me, it's either one or two things. You're either, like y'all want to say, scared to compete, or Deion Sanders is saying, hey, I have something better in the cabinet. You're not the best guy. I'm going to have to take your scholarship. Because remember, they don't have 80-something scholarships, so they can't do all that. So what I'm saying is that we got to see the big picture of the whole thing. It has nothing to do with competition, because these guys were at one point starters. So they know they have the talent. They know they've done it at the level of which you're asking them to do it. They just feel that they have a better opportunity going somewhere else.
See, but that's the quarterback position. You have Shadur at the quarterback position. That's why I said I understand Quincy Casey. I understand Jalen Jones. You have Shadur at the quarterback position. Shadur don't pay receiver at all. So that's why I say that it was still room for competition. Now, everybody know that Shadur going to be starting in the fall. Yes, if I was the quarterback, I would transfer too, because it's like, no matter how good I am, you're not going to start me over the sun. So I need to go somewhere else. I understand that, but for the receiver position, like who,
you know, so but for what you're saying, okay, how can you say that this player or this person or whatever, 5-star, 4-star, whatever recruit, if he never practiced with us or played with us, how can you say that he's better than us? Because you have a lot of busts. There's a lot of colleges that pick up a lot of busts and they don't really perform to the level that they say they are. And Deion Sanders been in the game a long time. I'm pretty sure that he knows that. So until you step on that field with me and practice with me and prove to me that you are better than me, there's no point of me going in the portal. That's just my opinion.
Bro,
that's just my opinion.
That philosophy doesn't make sense, Levi. It doesn't. Because if somebody comes up, let me tell you what you're saying to me. This is what you're saying to me. You're at Jackson State and you're a professor, right? And you're saying, and they're like, hey man, we really love you here. You know what I'm saying? You're one of our best professors or whatever, but we got a new professor coming in. He gonna take your job, but we gonna still pay you your salary, which is $40,000, right? You get a call from Alabama State. You get a call from Alabama State, say, hey man, we would love to have you over here, and we're gonna pay you $80,000, and you'll be the department head. You're gonna say yes. You're not going to say, well, you know, I really want to fight for my professor position. You know, I've really been here a long time. I'm almost tenured. You know, I really want to give it all. Like, you're not going to do that, Levi.
Listen, if I was a player and I got a phone call, how do we know they got a phone? How do we know that we don't know this at all?
What I'm saying to you, though,
I'm just going off. I'm just going off a solid. I'm just going off what we can see.
What I'm telling you, listen,
have contact with the players. You probably know something that we don't know.
What I'm saying to you is this: he's betting on himself. That's the point of the analogy. You're betting on yourself. You don't care. If let's say nobody came to you for a job. If you know you've been a professor, you've taught, your resume is legit, you can get another job. That's what Daylen is doing. He's saying, I've proven myself. I've done all I've done. I'm betting on myself, and I'm going to get the opportunity. Somebody is going to want me. It's okay.
So you're saying that Deion Sanders really don't care about Baldwin. He just focus on the players in the ball. That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
Levi, that's what I said. I said Baldwin is betting on himself. He's saying
so it's an individual thing.
Yes,
that's what you're saying. So it's really not about just him actually just performing. It's just about I can go over here and I can be this and that, because like you said earlier, you have big fish in a small pond. That's what you said. You have big fish in a small pond. So it's like, well, this other big fish gonna come in, and you know, this pond over here is talking about 80,000, this and that. And I can go over in this pond, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all about who the person is, and you know how they want to do things, and you know, you can't knock a person for how they want to control their life. I understand it. So I understand that your points are valid. So
I know they valid. You ain't got to listen. I be dropping gems out here. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, but appreciate the call though, Levi.
Anytime.
All right. Listen, right? I want to make this very clear. Stop focusing on the coaches. All right. At the end of the day, I'm sure Daylen would have loved to stay with JSU. But if he feels he has a better opportunity, you want to go where you're loved. That's one. All right. You want to go where you're loved, right? Okay. Most women will want to date a guy who's more in love with them than they are with them. Why? Because they do more. And now I'm dropping relationship bars on you, all right? Because they will do more. So if Daylen goes to a school that wants him more than JSU, what are they going to do? They're going to roll the red carpet out for him. You said you want go routes every other play? Hey, let's run go routes. You say you love slants? Hey, let's throw some slants in there for him. They're going to do more for you. Hey, Carla, you live. Talk to me.
How you doing, Scotty? What's up, bro?
Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, this is Calvin, man. I'm calling out of Jackson. We talked a couple weeks ago when Casey transferred. I don't know if you remember that or not. But
I talked to so many people on that Quincy Casey transfer.
There was a couple other guys that may transfer out of that program. I kind of been hearing about this for a while. But I got a couple questions for you, man. Number one, off topic a little bit with Quincy Casey, man. Why didn't he go somewhere that he would automatically start? Why A&M? I love the guy. I would have rather saw him go somewhere, man, where he automatically start.
All right, so
and what the guy said. Okay.
All right, so let me answer that question. So I'm not going to speak on behalf of Quincy. I'm just going to tell you what he's told me. All right. So I'm not giving, it's going to be a mixture of what he's told me and a mixture of what I feel. Right. Quincy said there were schools that offered him the starting position. I'm not going to say what schools they were, but they were schools that some of them were Power Fives. Let's just say that. All right. That said, hey, day one, you can start. Quincy said, I wanted to be mentored as well as preparing for the next step. And he truly believes in his talent. And he says, look, Scotty, Aqeel is going pro. And he's like, with the eyes on Aqeel, that means naturally eyes are going to be on me. Scouts are going to come to the field. Scouts are going to come to the game. They're going to see me as well, practice, whatever. He says, then it's going to be the same thing like North Dakota State. Now, eyes are going to be on the program when it comes to quarterbacks because of Coach Maynard, and he might be the next, him and Coach might be the next QB whispers. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, if they can groom Aqeel up, they can groom me up to become that next product to go to the NFL. So he's betting on the coaches, he's betting on himself, and he's betting on the program. And he said he really loved Maynard, but he's betting on the whole structure of the program for him to grow and become a better quarterback.
Okay, cool. And one other thing, man, what the guy said about the APR scores, that really is right. It'll be 3 or 4 years at least from what I'm hearing before they start backtracking those APR scores. And if your score starts to drop, they give you a warning. They don't just suspend you like that. These schools with these APR problems, man, they've been doing that for 5, 6, 7 years. They always give you a chance. The NCAA do. Another thing, Scotty, did you see that report from UConn's women coach about roughly 1,000 female or women basketball players in their portal? He said, look, somebody's not going to get picked up. And I feel the same way about football, man. It's too many guys out there. Plus, you got 25% more players on these rosters are trying to get a spot because of the extra year from the COVID thing.
Okay. So I've heard it from. It's funny that you say that when you went to women's basketball. I know a kid who's been playing 17U for the USA national soccer team, and he is going to a Power 5 school, and he's saying like the process has just been strenuous because a lot of schools are trying to get transfers signed and then the new high school kids signed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus that doesn't even add, like you said, like if you talk about 1,000 in the women's portal, you also got to add into the high school recruits that are coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's so much, and including the NFL portal. So it's growing. I think a lot of what kids need to start doing is this. At the end of the day, stop looking at the name and look at what they can, like, can I start? Can I play? What's the program going to be like? Because you can't bet on, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me scratch that. Coach Walker told me this. He said kids need to worry about the education at the same time because you can't count on the coaches because they might leave. You can't count on the administration because they might leave. You need to count on the education and then look at what they can do for you football-wise because that stuff is very finicky. And we can see that as we're looking at JSU because, you know, Hendricks came in, now Deion's coming in. You know, Odom's left, now they got Rollins in. So coaches are going to change. Programs are going to do whatever's best for them. You need to do whatever's best for you. So when you're looking to get recruited, look at the education. Look at where it's located. Do you want to be there? Is it too cold? Is it too hot? You know, and start figuring out, basing it off that, where you want to go. You see what I'm saying? Where you want to go. But you also need to be looking at the size of the program. Like you said, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond or do you want to be a little fish in a big pond? Like all those things happen because you might get an offer from Alabama, but you know they got 6 linebackers before you. Like what? Come on, man. Like, yeah, you can bet on yourself,
more
but
behind you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. And this is Coach Walker. He does all the. I'm talking to the comment people, but here's Coach Walker who talks about all the recruiting. If you need any help with recruiting, this is the man you want to talk to. But yeah, I just want kids to do what's best for them. You know what I'm saying? And find the right program. But you don't get sucked into these coaches because they will leave. They will leave. So, all right. But go ahead. Any other questions?
And one other thing, man. Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of these guys are jumping out because Deion won't give no guaranteed spot. He's saying, when you come in here, you got to hustle. And a lot of these guys, they won't, I'm going to start at this position. And they not getting it. You know? And so that's why a lot of them jumped in that portal.
I would say this, right? And this is how I feel about this. If I was Daylen Baldwin and somebody told me I wasn't starting and I was balling with Jalen Jones, the black Tim Tebow, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I don't care if it's Deion telling me that. I don't care if it was Michael Irvin telling me that. And you are being mighty. Did you see what I was working with? Did you see what I was working with? And that's what you're going to do to me? I'll do them. Man, listen, boy.
But Scotty, Deion Sanders won Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson. He didn't give you nothing. You had to work every year, every day, every hour. He didn't care. He didn't even take that crap off Jones, the owner of that team. So that's where he come from. That's what he knows. He's not these recycled SWAC coaches. He's all about working and working for it. And a lot of these guys come from programs where they knew they were starting their junior year. They knew they were starting their senior year. You know what I'm saying? And the previous coaches told him, if you come here, you're going to start. It's not his kind of thing. Nick Saban did the same thing. You think you started with Nick Saban, you got another thing coming.
Listen.
You'll be on the bench.
This is what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying that because a lot of people say, how you know he said. I'm not saying Deion said he was going to start or not. I'm just saying if I had to compete for my spot, like what? If anybody's spot should be solidified, it should be mine. Like, did you see what I was doing? I'm not competing with nobody. Did you see what I was working with in the spring? Did you see? And I was still getting numbers. What are we talking about? Like, I don't give a damn if it was Deion. I don't give a damn if it was freaking Jerry Rice. Did you see? Listen, I was balling with the black Tim Tebow.
But he want to push them guys. He's trying to push them, Scotty. He want to push them because he want to win. He don't want nobody to get complacent.
I pushed myself. I was balling. Listen to what I'm telling you. I pushed myself. I was balling in the spring with black Tim Tebow.
You have to have confidence to play with confidence. You have to have confidence. And one other thing before I let you go, Scotty.
Go ahead.
Did you see that I saw it on YouTube, that I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall and Deion on there? Have you watched that?
No, but I haven't seen the whole thing, but I heard it's awesome. I've seen clips.
what you got to watch the whole thing, man. It was good. One thing Deion said though on there that it was true. He said, "Man, look, at the skill position in the SWAC and FCS in general, we can ball with any school out there." And he right. You gotta look at that though, Scotty.
That's true. All right, appreciate the call, my guy.
Appreciate you, bro. All right, man.
Okay. I'm about to go ham on these comments because y'all are talking reckless. First of all, I'm not even addressing anything Terry Harris says in my chat. I'm not addressing because he refuses to call in and he's the biggest troller. I'm not doing it. My man Mark 1000 was my biggest troller back in the day, and my man had the respect to call into the show. We talked it out. My man's $100,000. He always says he hates me and he loves me. I can respect that. I'm not reading nothing Terry Harris says because he is a troller who can't call into the show, and that's weak, period. And you know how it gets down, and I means that. Anyway, going back up to here. All right. Glass did kind of struggle again. Oh my God, what are we talking? Listen. All right, Glass did kind of struggle against UAPB. What quarterback does not have the? Y'all are so. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, you're dumb. You're dumb. How can you say he struggled and then he was the main person that brought them back in the game the whole second half? But he struggled? You know what struggle looks like? Struggle looks like, Aqeel was a shell of himself for the first 4 quarters, and he never came back. The first and second quarter, he looked like he looked like he didn't know what was going on. It's called halftime adjustments. My man comes back and does damage. What are we talking about? How does he not get credit for that? 3rd and 1, my man does a 3rd and 3, my man does a QB keep, gets the first down, gets his legs chopped up, gets up, points for the first down. Who don't want that? Who don't want that as a quarterback? You're freaking bugging right now, man. Y'all are bugging. For real. For real, y'all are bugging. I don't get it. I don't listen. I don't understand at all, bro. I don't understand it. Y'all be bugging on me. He is not a pro quarterback. These are the comments that I need people to call in and talk about. Because if you're not getting any context of what you're comparing him to, then what is your definition of a pro? What does Aqeel not do that doesn't make him a pro style quarterback? That's what I want to know. Tell me that aspect. What makes him not a pro quarterback? That's what you need to explain to me. Because you simply saying that he's not a pro quarterback, how so? Have you seen he put the ball placement A1. The anticipation, A1. What are we talking? Did we not remember the throw he did to the running back where he's coming out the backfield and led my man while getting hit? What are we talking about? But yet and still, who are you? Who are you? Have you called into this show? Because if you see the numbers right here, I don't understand. If you don't mind calling, then what are you talking about? Like, what are we talking about? I don't get it. So what are we talking about? Terry Harris, listen, bro, get out the comments. You have not called in. Get out the comments. What's up, caller? You live.
One more thing, bro. One more thing. The only thing that I think Aqeel Glass, I heard you talking about that, have to work on is his feet. He cannot move. In the NFL, he gonna have to move a little.
That's not true.
But I think
that's not true.
He came on, bro. He came on. No.
Eli Manning.
His ass came
Eli
on.
Manning, 14 years, never moved. Tom Brady, 14 years, never moved. Stop playing.
The game changed. Now he will work. He will do good, like under what's New Orleans coach Sean Payton. That kind of system, a Sean Payton system.
Drew Brees never moved.
Mike Tomlin system, or Bill Belichick system. But there are a lot of teams that he gonna have to move a little bit better. Other than that, man, he's good to go. He's good to go.
He does not have to move. Listen, the game.
Move,
listen, the game. The game might be going to more mobile quarterbacks, but he does not have to move. Listen, the key to a quarterback is pocket presence. The mobility of a quarterback is just to help you with a bad offensive line. That's it.
The key to a college quarterback is pocket presence. The key to a pro quarterback is getting everything right. You got to be able to move.
Bro, no, you don't.
You have to be able to move.
No, you
and I
do
say
not.
that because if they listen, they have the salary cap. If an NFL team take all their money and put it toward the offensive line, you're not gonna have the best receivers. So I mean, they have to choose in the NFL how they do.
That's my okay.
You're not gonna get both of them.
Listen.
You're not gonna get both.
You're listen. You gotta understand. You are talking to the right guy. I'm about to expose you. You can do that if your quarterback is the guy. Right? And what I mean by that is I can invest. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. I'm going to break it down to you. The reason Dak Prescott does not deserve $40 million is because he's a game manager. He does not make the receivers better. He doesn't do that. You need receivers to make him look better. The reason you pay Aaron Rodgers $60 and $70 million is because you can give him your wife, your grandmother, and my nephew, and he will make them better. It's a difference. So when you have a great offensive line, you have to have a game manager as a quarterback, and then you can pay everybody else. But if you pay a game manager, you lose on everything else. That's two different things.
I agree with that. That's why I said he will work good in certain systems. Belichick, Mike Tomlin, New Orleans run. He'll work good in certain systems, but he won't. He will not work for a lot of teams.
I agree with you on that he wouldn't work for a lot of teams if their scheme has the quarterback running. But what scheme do you know from an offensive coordinator just says, hey, I need my quarterback to run? Nobody says that. They like it. Because look, it makes them look better when you don't get sacked. It makes them look better when Deshaun and Russell and Patrick draw out. They do these unorthodox running around because it makes the offensive coordinator look better when they should have been sacked. But no OC comes into the game. You know what? Unless you were playing with Cam Newton, no OC comes into the game and says, you know what? We're going to run the quarterback 10 times, 15 times a day. No OC does that. So your point is irrelevant.
But it's not running. It's just moving around. I saw him play live a lot, man, since he's been a freshman. He don't move very well. So what they'll do in the NFL is sacrifice one of them safeties just to put a little pressure on. Now, if he back there with a really good running back, you can get away with that. But some systems, it will work. A lot of systems, though, it will not. If he has to get his legs together. He has to, in the sense that he got to move. He got to move. Even what's the quarterback that just retired from New Orleans? What's his name?
Drew Brees. The fact that you don't even know his name, I should be hanging up on you right now.
He can scoot up and scoot back, but he couldn't really run. But he can move his legs enough.
That is what a listen.
Hold on. Listen, Scott. When he played at first, when he first came to the league and got hurt, he couldn't move. When he went to Sean Payton showed him how to move around in the pocket, and that's what I think A&M quarterback have to learn.
There is a difference. Listen to your vernacular of what you're saying. You're saying he needs to learn how to move. There is a difference from quarterback pocket presence and moving in the pocket till moving outside of the pocket. When you say move, I think Deshaun, Russell, Patrick.
No.
Listen.
Strictly in the pocket.
Listen. Okay, so if you're talking about pocket presence, Aqeel has it. So stop it. Stop it. Stop
all right, bro.
it.
We'll see. Time will tell.
We'll see.
All right, dude.
All right. Hey, caller, you live. Caller, you live. Hello, caller, you live. All right, 5801, I'm letting you go. Yo, y'all, man, listen. Y'all fools, boy. Y'all need to, God almighty, I don't know what y'all been smoking lately. Hey, caller, you live.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
All right, you gotta speak up into the phone just a little bit more.
I tried to raise you on the horn on my cell phone, but it just wouldn't take. So I'm calling through the computer on a magic jack.
Hey, look at you. I see you with the savvy.
Yes, sir. Do you know what a magic jack is?
Yeah, I used to use it when I was overseas.
Okay. I was going to tell everybody they can get it for $39 a year. Just put it in your computer in 30 seconds, you are up and going. I just happened to flip on this. I didn't know if this was live or what have you. Okay, but I like what you're saying. And I went to Pearl High School in Tennessee back in the 60s. You there?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, it breaks up. Now, can you hear me now better?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand you wasn't born. Your daddy wasn't born. Big John Merritt. You heard him?
No, sir.
Okay. You all got some boys down there that played against TSU, Tennessee. It was Tennessee A&I back then, 60 plus years ago. I've been following Jackson State. We played them many times. Played FAMU, Southern University. We recruited Dr. Walter S. Davis, former president of TSU, Tennessee A&I. Maybe somebody from the old school might remember this. Okay? Now, I was 13 years old when I started following TSU. I live about 4 or 5 blocks from the school campus. Okay? Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. And I didn't know if I was going to be live. Well, I went to the campus every day after school. I played football, even had a shot with the Dallas Cowboys about 40 years ago. Anyway, I know what you're talking about. I coached high school football in this city 5 years on championship teams. I know what you're talking about. I am going to try to help Tennessee State. We got a new coach there now.
Yeah, Eddie George.
Huh?
Eddie George.
Bruising back Ohio State out of Columbus, Ohio. I don't know how well it's going to work out or whatever. I'll tell you what, the coach, his daddy was an All-American TSU 45, 47, 8 years ago. Played for the Washington Redskins before. I hate to see him get out of it, but TSU is a funny school. Of course, all of the trustees, those folk there in Nashville, the state capital, they run everything. They pulled us out of our independent state and in the East.
Hey, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to call back. You keep breaking up. I'm so sorry. I can barely hear you.
Okay, can you hear me better?
A little bit, but you keep breaking up when you start talking. You have to call back. Try your house line again.
Okay, I'll try it back, but I'm going to do what I can to help TSU. I'm going to give them some stock too.
That's what's up.
I hope you all get that water situation squared away. You really need to get that thing done.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call.
Because that's going to go against.
All right, so listen. Back to the Aqeel. Back. Listen, I tried to hold on as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? But listen, back to the Aqeel, right? You guys need to stop. Thank you. I tried. You know, I try to do as much as I can. I try. Script love the old people. Script love the old people. You know what I'm saying? I let old people come up here and rant and rave all the time. So you know what I'm saying? Listen, gotta respect your elders. Let me get to this Corey Lee comment earlier, and I know you trying to mess with me, but it's okay. I'm about to put this on blast because I'm I'm for the smoke. Captain Petty Sergeant Smoke. Where is it at? Where is it? Not never. Not never. Not never. Double negative. Just for you. Not never. Won't happen. Is not. Shout never be. Can I say that again? Shout never be. Nunca. No. Nada. All right, so let's make that very clear. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. All right, and he's mulatto. All right, doesn't wear the number 2. Doesn't have legendary as a chain, and his last name does not start with S. Let's not. Okay? What? No. Now, he said, "What's Morgan Freeman on the line?" Y'all are trouble. Boy, I tell you. Y'all are trouble. Sipping the heavy crown. You've been drink. Ooh, that's a bar. Listen, Latrice out here schooling y'all. Latrice Berry out here schooling y'all. The NFL wants QBs to be pocket passers, okay? School these dudes, Latrice. Let them know. Come on, man. Yes, Deion Sanders did not win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Johnson. Deion Sanders did not win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Johnson. All right? It was the dude from he came from Oklahoma, I believe. I can't remember his name. Yeah. So, yep. Waiting versus Nettles versus Sanders matchup. Listen, Barry Switzer. Thank you. Barry Switzer. Thank you, Sean Switzer. Thank you. Finisher Switzer. Thank you. Yep, Switzer. Thank you, guys. Switzer. Yep. Thank you. I'm thanking all y'all. Thank you. Yes, Barry Switzer. Thank you. Just I got everybody just coming in. Barry Switzer. Appreciate y'all. Yep. Thank you. Say it for the cheap seats. Come on, man. Listen, Patrice out here balling. Hey, I need somebody to call in. Thank you, Coach Switzer. I need somebody to call in and tell me why Aqeel Glass is not a pro quarterback. If you really about what you talking, call in and tell me why Aqeel Glass is not a pro quarterback. If you really about that, like if you subscribe to that channel, all right, if you subscribe, matter of fact, subscribe to the channel, OffScript, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do, push the little red subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? All that too. But if you really subscribe to that channel, please call me and tell me why Aqeel Glass is not a pro quarterback. Oh, you missed it. Go scroll up and read some of these comments. Ooh, Corey Lee. No, hey, listen, I'll set up one Heritage. Hey, you set, listen, I just need the invite. I will take off work and I will be there. All right. I will be there. So just send me the invite. Hit me up in my email. Give me the contact information. I'll set it up. Get my whole setup, camera, live. I'm telling you, I'll be official with a referee with a whistle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have my little banner and all that, man. I'm gonna be official. Hey, calling you live. Turn your background down.
Hey, what's happening, Scotty?
Talk to me.
So I've only seen Glass during the spring. And
first of all, what's your name? What's your name? You gotta put your name on it. You on OffScript. Gotta put your name on it.
Yeah. Dwayne from Florida.
Oh, talk to me. Oh, Mr. FAMU.
Every day. Every day.
Go ahead, Mr. FAMU. Talk to me.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I've only seen Glass during the spring, but from what I've seen, he looks like a very good cornerback. I wouldn't be evaluating him, but he looks good. But who would you compare him to in the NFL? Who would you say he would be?
That's a good. My comp for Aqeel would be. Ooh.
Who would he be, or who do you think he can be?
I think he can be, and I know people are going to shoot me on the. They're going. That's not. I would say he'll be a lower version of Big Ben, right? Like I feel like he'll be like a knock. Oh, Phillip. Okay, I like that one. Phillip Rivers. I like that one. To me, I like a lesser Phillip Rivers, or a Phillip Rivers. I like that. I was going to do like a lower. Okay. I was going to do a lower Ben Roethlisberger, but I like the Phillip Rivers comp. I like that one.
Okay, so quantify that. So, if he's a lower version, is he a starter? Or
he's definitely a starter. He's definitely a starter. Okay, so what I mean by that is that I don't think because when I've talked to Aqeel, he knows his arm strength isn't his strong suit. So how he kills teams is by his understanding of the concept, the coverage and anticipation. He said that I anticipate really, really well. So to not have the arm strength, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said a lower level Big Ben, because Big Ben had a big arm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
big arm.
He has a big arm. You see what I'm saying? So I like the Phillip Rivers comp. I would say he's a better Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a better version of Kirk Cousins, because I feel like Aqeel's a winner. I think Kirk is about stats, but I think Kirk's about stats. I think Aqeel's a winner. Like, he'll do whatever he has to do to win. You know what I'm saying? So I like the Phillip Rivers. I really, really do like the Phillip Rivers comp.
And once again, I can't really comment on him because I've only seen 3 or 4 games in the spring that he played in. He looked sharp then. I just don't know, if you don't have the big arm and you aren't real mobile,
then, and I agree, NFL, they don't want your quarterbacks running, because if you're running, even if you're, Cam, you're going to end up like Cam, your career is going to be short.
Yeah, we all know that. And that's why,
you're taking.
Yeah, and that's why they always say, like, even with Lamar, even with Lamar Jackson, they say he has to become a pocket passer. Because that's what teams are going to make you beat them. They're going to beat you in the pocket. So at the end of the day, if you can't throw, you no good to me. You're a quarterback. You need to stay in the pocket and throw that jank. And Aqeel is that. To me, if you live in, I think Aqeel will be one. He could be a top QB if you have him live 30 yards down, right? So he can make the out throws, he can make the hitches, the slants, and all that. But he won't Patrick Mahomes you to death. He's not throwing 60, 70-yard bombs. You know what I'm saying? So I like the comp of him being an assassin from 30 yards down. Like I think he can really hurt a lot of teams by that.
I think one of the things that hurts him is from my perspective, as far as the NFL, is it's not a lot of great defenses in the SWAC. And hopefully next year, this coming year, they'll play some other competition that have some very good defenses, and then you can see what they have. I don't think he played a great defense this year.
I feel like, see, this is what kills me with people. People always want to take stuff in isolated moments. The Big 12 sucks in defense, and they constantly have players, quarterbacks drafted. Trey Lance in the North. You think he's going against top level defenses every single time he plays? No, he is not. We cannot isolate. Oh, I don't think the SWAC has good defenses. You're lying. They have great. Listen, the thing about the SWAC, and people don't understand, or I think people do understand, but they don't give the credit. The SWAC has great talent outside from the line. The farther you get away from the ball, the better the talent in the SWAC, because you have to find more. It's harder to find linemen, but the gems are your skill players. That's your gem. The wide receivers, the running backs, the cornerbacks, those are your great players. So he has to deal with great talent. He might not have great schemes he might go against, but he's going against great talent. You see what I'm saying? So let's not act like there's not talent he's playing against. Let's not act like the Kobe Durant is not an NFL corner. Let's not act like Jalen Thigpen is not an NFL corner. Let's not act like Dejon Warren is not an NFL. He's going against NFL talent. You see what I'm saying? So I think people need to really put a break on, like they need to put a pause on how, like, oh, he's not going against great defense. Big 12 sends quarterbacks all the time. They don't go against great defenses.
Well, my point was, it wasn't from a SWAC or MEAC standpoint. My point was from an NFL standpoint, because you already know that they devalue our kids anyway. And then you see the kid from Howard who went to whoever won the national championship. I don't even know those teams' names. But you see that kid, he was a standout. I mean, but when he was at Howard, he probably wouldn't have got drafted just because they devalued HBCU players. So that's my thing with Glass. You're not playing, top-notch like North Carolina A&T. They had top-notch defense. It would have been great to see him play against somebody like that. FAMU, we had a good defense. We didn't have shut down defense. We had a good defense. So that was, I didn't mean he didn't play against. I really don't think the SWAC has great defenses, but I think they have maybe good defenses. But from the NFL standpoint, they already devalue our kids, period. But then you come back and then you put the defense on top of it. You don't see anybody who's great in that defensive standpoint. That was my point. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. Listen.
at the end of the day, you are still dealing with talent on talent. You can scheme up everything you want. I don't give a damn how good your scheme is. You're still dealing with talent on talent. And at the end of the day, if I have a quarterback who can put the ball in spots that only my receiver can get it, it's effective. Period. Period. I don't care what y'all talk about. It's effective. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Dwayne. Hey, calling you loud. Talk to me.
Yeah, it was double T, yeah.
Man, listen, if you come on here talking some foolishness, bro, I'm about to eat you alive because I'm telling you right now, if you hit me with some,
dog, I be telling facts. You be hating, man.
I'm not hating on you, Ted. I answer the phone for you every time. How I'm hating?
Look, what I'm going to say, you're going to agree with, right? Look, I like Glass. I think he got a potential to play pro. The thing is, like, do y'all evaluate, like other, like, if you got like a team, you got 4 QBs or 5 QBs in college, you got, so out the FCS, I think Glass can go pro. The question is when they going to get to him and how many QBs they ranking over top of him. Because it's like 2 or 3 FCS QBs that is nice as him. It's one that's nicer than him, so, they going to get drafted first before you come down to a SWAC quarterback, even if they're at the same level. They're going to draft him first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so tell me what's your problem with Glass, if you have one.
No, I said he's good. I don't have no problem with Glass. I think he still needs to develop some. I think he's a pro quarterback. I think he's like a 5th or 6th rounder. There's no problem with Glass. The problem is he has to compete against the NFL scouts. That's what they're going to say. They're going to look at the other 2 top or 3 FCS quarterbacks and they're going to draft them first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? If it's 4 QBs coming out of the FCS and they're going to be like, oh, well, he played in a better conference, so I think he's better, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He should be glad to go pro, but then, they're going to push him down. You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing, is at a critical point when it comes to QB, like you have to start seeing the style of because there's with a quarterback, an OC can make you look a lot better than what you are. That's one. That's one. An OC can scheme up some stuff to make you look a lot better than what you are. And then on the second aspect of it is how are you making these throws, right? Is it like with anticipation? Are you waiting for him to come wide open? Are you late? Are you early? There's a lot of aspects to me that I don't think people understand when it comes to quarterbacks. Like they just see, oh, he played for Texas Tech, he's good. No. Like when I see Aqeel and when I watch him play, to me it's the ball placement. That to me lets me know he's next level, because to have the creativity to know where to put the ball only to where the receiver can get it is next level. And I think a lot of people don't see it as such.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people don't see his anticipation, his pocket presence. I give him all that. The only thing I can say is I haven't seen him he doesn't get a lot of pressure. Like making these decisions under pressure is different from making them and you got time to throw. I think he's a pro quarterback. Now, you saying, Scotty, that I know you like Glass, give you that, but have you seen any of these other quarterbacks that the NFL going to look at?
Name them.
The boy from he bad. The boy Eric Bayer or whatever from Eastern Washington, he's going to get drafted. He's going to get drafted in top 3 ranks. He a black quarterback out Eastern Washington. I guarantee you he get drafted in top 3.
I think that's the one that should have won he's the one that should have won that. I think he's the one that should have won the Walter Payton Award for the FCS, am I not mistaken?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, like cats like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Glass should go pro, but you got to think, okay, if there's 5 good quarterbacks in the FCS,
How many NFL going to draft? And then, you know, they're going to start weighing stuff like, okay, your conference ain't that good. Who you played against. You know they're going to do that. You know that. They always be putting negative comments like level of competition is a concern or stuff like that. You know, that's what they be putting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you. To me, look, it all depends. To me, it's this, and this is why where you go is just as important as what you have. Because Patrick Mahomes not going to Andy Reid, I don't care what you want to say. Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be Patrick Mahomes if he doesn't link up with Andy Reid. He will still be Patrick, but he wouldn't be Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Because
he wouldn't be able to freestyle like
exactly. And the freedom he gets to do what he does is because of what Andy Reid can draw up in the plays he's creative with. And at the end of the day, you still got that bad man Patrick Mahomes. So I really feel like it's a blend of both. If Aqeel goes to the right system and to the right person, I really think he can be successful. And to me, that's with any quarterback. A lot of times it's just where you go. Sometimes it doesn't fit. Now, I will say is Aqeel does need to work on throwing under pressure. I have seen he does get, you know, like it's when you get pressure, but that's with any quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But I really feel like if you're not going to be the same when you have pressure in your face all day, but he does need to work a little bit better on getting the ball out during pressure. But other than that, I mean, really working on his arm strength is, you know, to me, where it's at.
And you know, you know, also with money, it's going to come down to, all right, Aqeel, like let's say he was in playing teams, he's always under pressure. You're used to it. And they're going to evaluate that against another QB. Let's say both of them the same. But they're going to be like, this QB that played against under pressure, he's used to it. So I don't have to develop him. Even that Aqeel Glass will another play, he got potential. He might turn into that. I don't know if he's going to turn into that. I'm trying to win now. So, you know, he already been up against it. I can win now with him. I ain't got to wait for him to develop. Aqeel, he can develop, but I got to wait till he develops, and I got to see if he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think Aqeel should go pro. All these people talking about he's not pro. I think he should go pro. I think in 5th or 6th round, as long as he gets drafted and get a chance. That's all that matters.
Yeah. No, that's real.
I'm out, dog.
Appreciate it. Hey, see, I can rock with you on this one, TT. You good with me on this one. Hey, guys, listen, I'm about to get up out of here. But listen, all right, got some news for all 192 of y'all still. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all check out, once again, I'm going to make all my announcements. All right. Go check out my man Blue Bloods right here. His channel, awesome. He has an interview with Aqeel Glass. Great interview. Go check out my man Cut Day. Like I said, he is the godfather of all these little sub, you know, HBCU channels. You already know where he's about. Make sure you check out Tomorrow Sports Leaders Network with Coach Walker, the one-stop shop for recruiting. Anything you need recruiting, that's my man. Make sure you check out HBCU Spotlight. He is the storyteller of HBCU football. He has a new video out. Also, make sure you check out SWAC Football on IG. Make sure you check out Light on Sports on IG and Facebook. And make sure y'all do all that. Now, give y'all some news. Thursday, make sure you tune right here, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, to the Nico Duffy interview. All right, got Nico Duffy, running back out of Alcorn, the Braves. All right, they stopping by. And also, it's still in the works, but I think it might go down. I got Coach Jason Ma from the quarterback coach from Alabama A&M stopping in as well. It's going to be crazy. Crazy. Listen, I'm coming up. I am coming up. I'm getting coaches now, baby. I'm getting coaches, all right? So make sure y'all tune in this Friday. The time is still up in the air. We just going to make sure we lock it in and everything like that. But make sure you come in and get ready for that. Coach Jason Meyer from Alabama A&M. Yeah, it's going to be good. All right. So until next time, you know what I'm going to do. It's your boy Scotty, voice of the SWAC. I'm a holla. God bless. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's coming. Blue Blood OffScript is coming, baby. It's coming. All right. Let's get it. Oh, also, before I get up out of here, if y'all know any coaches in the SWAC, like personally, let them know I'm trying to interview them. Let them know. All right. Reach out to your coaches, running back coaches, sideline coaches, pull back coaches, the get back coach, all that. I'm trying to interview them. All right, let's get it. All right, I'm out.